Welcome everyone to la chaîne Géopolitique. So today we will talk about the birth of a new state in the world. You could wonder which one. You probably did not hear because we are right now not talking a lot about those geopolitical topics. That's why on this geopolitical channel we will continue focusing on those geopolitical events and the main, let's say, the most important geopolitical event today on 26th of April is the birth of a new state, the state of southern Yemen, which has been declared last night. So the correct word, it's self-rule. It's not the word independence, but self-rule. And so we will discuss in this video why the Southern Transitional Council has decided to declare self-rules right now. Why in such circumstances? So right now, as you know, there are probably several circumstances who could explain why the Southern Transitional Council has declared such independence. So the first reason that this council has invoked is the sanitary crisis. So in order to prevent, let's say, a sanitary crisis could develop, and due to the mismanagement of the Yemeni central government, so the Southern Transitional Council has declared this self-rule last night. But it is not the only reason of it. There is also other consideration, and from a geopolitical point of view, there is clearly another reason. It's the weakening of the Saudi power right now. You know that Saudi supports the Yemeni central government, while the Southern Transitional Council is supported by the United Arab Emirates. Let's say since 1 year there is a major discrepancy in terms of strategy between those two allies, which let's say formed a coalition in March 2015 against Houthi, but which this coalition, let's say, split, let's say, collapsed over the strategy, which strategy to adopt towards the Southern Transitional Council, while the Saudi let's say, government chose to continue supporting the Yemeni centralized government. The Emirati made another choice, because a more, let's say, pragmatic choice, with the support of the Southern Transitional Council, which is, let's say, from an ideological point of view, much more Marxist. So totally, let's say, to the total opposite of the Emirati and Saudi ideology, but from a, let's say, pragmatic point of view, which has the advantage of having a strong, let's say, local anchor, a strong, let's say, for military forces, which is locally supported by people. Why you have to be aware that the Yemeni internationally recognized government is totally mostly rejected by the local population from southern Yemen. And that explains also the pragmatic choice of the United Arab Emirates, which try by any means to stop this war, to find, let's say, a way to stop this out of control event from the Yemeni war, which has right now multiple facets, with one facet which is a war against Houthi, and the second another facet which is now the war in southern Yemen. So due to all those complexity of the situation in Yemen, the United Arab Emirates, unlike the Saudi Arabia, made this pragmatic choice, and that explains that why United Arab Emirates has supported militarily the Southern Transitional Council, which is right now much more, let's say, from a military point of view, much more stronger than the Yemeni internationally recognized government, which is not able to maintain, let's say, its presence there. And the best example is like the Yemeni government right now is not in Aden, but in Riyadh, in Saudi Arabia, due to the fact that the security are not met for the presence of the Yemeni government in Aden. So now? So clearly the weakening of Saudi Arabia from an economic point of view, the fall of oil price, $20 the barrel, but you have to know that Saudi Arabia sells actually much below, for competitive reasons, below the benchmark price. So meaning at around $12-13 barrel. So clearly a very difficult economic situation for Saudi Arabia. The curfew of several Saudi cities, the ban of international transportation. All airports are closed right now in Saudi Arabia. Foreign tourism is banned in Saudi Arabia. So a total disaster from an economic point of view. You cannot. Saudi Arabia has probably never go through such hard times than now. So the Saudi Arabia government is very aware that it has not the means now to spend too many financial, let's say, too much. Is not able to spend too much now for this Yemeni war. And the best proof right now is that the Saudi government has prolonged the ceasefire on the Houthi front last Friday. So it means that over the last 2 months, the Saudi army has not bombed northern Yemen. And right now, the question is, will Saudi Arabia answer militarily against the Southern Transition Council? And that it's a very uncertain answer. In August, they bombed and they repelled the Southern Transitional Council. But this time, in April 2020, when due to the current situation that Saudi Arabia is facing, that I've just mentioned, it's really now, let's say, unlikely that the Saudi Arabia will react. And that's why I will quote you the reaction of the Yemeni foreign minister, which reacted tonight to this independence self-rule declaration. He asked for the intervention of Saudi Arabia. He asked a clear, it's the term used by the Mr. Amdradi, the Yemeni foreign minister, a clear position from Saudi Arabia, Saudi government. And he asked également to take decisive measure. So it means even from the Yemeni government point of view, it's not sure which position Saudi Arabia will take. The word clear from the Yemeni foreign minister means that he's also unsure about the reaction of the Saudi government, which is the main backer of the Yemeni international government. And so it means that the absence of reaction of the Saudi government, which is likely in this situation, will probably be the death of the Yemeni internationally recognized government. And that's why this minister, Mr. Amdradi, is very anxious about this reaction of the Saudi authorities. And probably that's the main reason why actually the Southern Transitional Council decided to declare unilaterally last night this self-rule. And as you noticed so far, no one tried to challenge their rule on the ground. We did not hear any fight in Aden. I recall you, and you can check the videos that I produced in August about it, that couple of hours after the seize of power of Aden in August, the Yemeni government reacted, and 3-4 days later, the Saudi army reacted by bombing. And in this scenario, it's unlikely to be reproduced this time due to the change of circumstances, due to the sanitary crisis, this looming worldwide economic crisis, which is affected very strongly the Middle East. Actually, I will try to produce a video over the next days to really highlight the change that it produces in the showdown in this region. And one of the reasons, and one of these consequences will be the withdrawal not only from the United Arab Emirates, which started, if you remember, already 1 year ago, from Yemen, but now even the withdrawal from Saudi Arabia from this war, not only from the Houthi front, but also from the southern front. And it means that now all this war in Yemen could result in let's say in the creation of several states. So you will have the Houthi state, which exists actually de facto since 2014 with the control of the former Yemeni capital, namely Sana'a, but also right now the existence of a new state, the southern Yemen. So we see that now the withdrawal of the main actor Saudi and Emirati actors will result in the total, let's say, reconfiguration of Yemen with probably the creation of several adjacent independent states. We will continue following up on this situation in Yemen over in the next video. Thank you very much for your attention.